Welcome back to the Railway Shed. Today we'll be looking at this vintage Clockwork Hornby Railways train set, which I found at a charity shop recently for only £20. This train set is Hornby R774 and is believed to be being produced between 1975 and 1980. The set contains one 040 locomotive, a tanker and two open wagons. It also contains a circular steel track, and also apparently a free membership and travel vouchers worth £5 for the Rail Riders Club, which I believe is rather outdated now. The box art is rather familiar to the era, containing a lovely depiction of one of these engines, which in this case is Timmy. This was one of the Hornby sets also produced in Kent in Margate. The back of the box has cardboard cut out tunnels, signals, trees, cow and people to help expand the layout and get you into the model railway hobby. Once we open the box, we find the circle of track, locomotive, wagons and a key to wind up the locomotive, as this is a clockwork set. Now let's take a look at the locomotive found in this set. The locomotive's name is Edward and doesn't seem to have a printed number. From my research, I can't seem to find a basis for this locomotive, and I assume it's just one for the early range. A unique feature to the clockwork engines is the switch on top of the cab, very similar to a Thomas & Friends Trackmaster locomotive. The set back is for freewheeling, and the set forward is the motion engaged, so when the engine is wound up it will be able to go forward. Another similarity to the Tomy Trackmaster range is how that these engines don't have a direction setting. The wagons found in this set are one plastic mould with one having printing for shell. They are also hollow, with plastic wheels. The two open wagons have rather nice moulded detail, with hatches and the suspension on the wheels. The coupling system on these system of trains are different, only having a bar and a hook to connect to, rather than the two hooks and bars to hook onto on normal 00 gauge locomotives and rolling stock. They are coupled up by lifting the wagon and slotting it down into spot, creating a secure fit. The locomotive's wind-up hole is just to the right bottom side of its water tank. Once the key is inserted, it is turned clockwise to wind up the locomotive. After the wind-up, one flick of the switch. After the wind-up, the locomotive is rendered usable, as you can see it moving. This is the full layout of the set, assembled on the floor of the shed. It's measured with 31 inches in diameter. In my opinion, the layout is perfect size to go around the bottom of a Christmas tree. As we can now see, as you saw there, the locomotive has about 1 minute 45 seconds worth of running time attached to its full train. The locomotive's short wheelbase and smaller flanges allows it to easily navigate tight curves, points, and modern Code 100 track with ease. This is the locomotive's wheelbase compared with a more modern Hornby LMS Pug locomotive. You can see that they're both roughly the same length in terms of size, but the Clockwork locomotive's wheelbase is a lot shorter together, meaning it's able to navigate tighter curves. They are both in a similar height range as well, the Clockwork locomotive being slightly taller than the Pug. For a kid's model with very little painted or printed detail, it is very accurate to the 1/76th OO scale. And I'm sure children today would get just as much enjoyment out of these sets than the now current Hornby Junior range. I believe this train set is a very good gateway into the world of railway modelling, as it contains an engine, rolling stock and track that can all be used in the future to expand layouts. Here is the locomotive and its train down on my personal layout. The colours make it look a tad out of place on the layout, however I'm not one to particularly mind this as it's rather unique. Now let's let this locomotive have its first run on my railway. The slight uphill gradient of my layout puts a strain on the and there she lies. The locomotive is run out of power about 2 minutes into the course of my layout. The locomotive still has more power, however the slight uphill gradient of my track only allows it to do so much. Overall, I think this little train set was a lovely pickup and something any model railway enthusiast, young or old, would enjoy having. Please consider liking and subscribing, as it would help out a lot. Thank you for watching my video. I will leave you with some footage of the locomotive running around my layout. Apologise for my narration being so monotone. As I said previously, I've only just started using my voice in videos, and I'm sure it will get better. Thanks for understanding.